Sawan and Chris Gale. Interesting to know what they are discussing there, if they are discussing the nature of the pitch or exactly what the approach is going to be against this small score.
I think the thing about when you're chasing a low target is not to look at the 50 overs and say we've got plenty of time to score it. You still continue to bat as if you're chasing something reasonably large, and you try and get there early. You don't want to put yourself under pressure when you're chasing a small target and give the other team a chance in any way. Interesting, just that shot when they were having a chat. Cricket's one of those games that employs all figures and shapes and sizes, isn't it? And I suppose when you think of Joel Garner and Kalachurran in the same side, you know, it's not like rugby where the players are getting larger and larger irrespective of the position that you play. It's not like rowing where they're all huge apart from the little guy at the back who steers the boat and does all the shouting. But the fact that these two are different shapes and sizes, one gets on the front foot nicely. Strangely enough, it's Sawan who gets on the front foot more than Gale, really. Gale's at that, look to me, doesn't move the feet very much and gets on the back foot. One's a right hand, one's a left hand. One likes to play cut strokes and power, the power game, if you like. The other one a little bit more cultured. Sawan who plays spin quite nicely. If there is an Achilles heel to his game, to me it's been hooking the ball. So whether Zimbabwe can try that out, whether they've got a bowler who can get it up there, we'll have to wait and see.
It will be interesting to see how Sawan's career goes from here on. As you mentioned, him getting out so many times in his career, hooking, Jeremy. It's something that can be worked on. You have got to go into the nets and practice not hooking, or practice hooking better. I would prefer practice not hooking. Learning to bob and weave and to duck and sway. That's all a part of the game. That's a wide, a long way down leg side. When you get out in a similar manner on numerous occasions, you have to work on correcting that. It's as simple as that.
I think it's one of the most frustrating things to work with, say, on a team where you get what I call re-offenders. They get out in a certain way, then next day they've done the same thing, next 2 games later the same. It's very frustrating. And I think really if you look at, say, the Zimbabwe side, if they can keep correcting their errors and keep improving, then it hasn't been a waste of time today. There were some quite good things that came from the innings. That little cabal that you mentioned of 2 or 3 who saw the difficult period off. All right, it put pressure on numbers 5, 6, 7 and 8 because of the number of overs, and they had to deal with altering circumstances. They didn't have the time to get themselves in, and they struggled with that pressure. But I nevertheless thought that you know, the top order did their job today. It wasn't easy. But yeah, I think as far as hooking goes, it seems to me you never go out with an idea of playing horizontal bat shots in your head. You're always prepared to play yourself with a straight blade. That gives yourself the best chance. And you just alter the stroke depending on the length of the delivery. But it's the straight blade that you play. And I think in a one-day game, it's urgent and no discretion, you know, just no indiscretion. So I mean, that's really what you want. That's the attitude you've got to play with.
I know that some batsmen just have a natural instinct to play the hook shot. I remember playing with Roy Fredericks. Once the ball was short, his natural instinct was to play the hook shot. And he had to practice ducking and bobbing and weaving and swaying. Couldn't hook all the time in Australia for sure.
Yeah.
That's a good shot. It's a bit uphill going in that direction. It may not get there. Just 2 runs. It's 10 for 1.
Yeah, I think that you don't go out, though, in an innings looking to hook, do you? You go out and a hook or a cut happens as it comes along. I know what you mean, that some players are impulsive and compulsive in some ways, hookers of the ball, but I think generally they just occur, and you don't last long, really, if you're going out to hook and cut all the time and forget the others.
That may be called a wide. Anything down the leg side, the umpires are very harsh on. That will be called a wide again. That's a problem when you are pretty inexperienced and you're bowling the right and the left-handed batsman at the crease together. Major adjustment, but he was a bit too wide of off stump on that occasion. Run there. Brendan Taylor is a wicket-keeper for Zimbabwe. Take a close look at him, you won't see any pads. It's not that he's not wearing any. It's just that his pants are that baggy, he can wear them under his trousers.
I've never seen that before, ever. His first slip got him on as well. I couldn't see his pads either. Thankfully, look, Gale remembered his. He's wearing them the right way on the outside.
I wonder why, though. Can that be more comfortable than having them on the outside?
Well, you wouldn't have thought unless he shaves his legs. You get that Velcro, you know, that they have on pads nowadays. It's a very streamlined. He's probably a cyclist in his spare time. Swimmer.
Cut down on friction when he's running.
Why would you do that, though? What's the benefit of it?
I don't know. I presume it's just a style. I don't see how he can benefit from that. He's not the first wicketkeeper I've seen do it, though. That's gone very fine, and it has enough pace on it to go all the way.
Well, it's just a bit of a gimme, really. It just helped it on its way, as it was always heading down leg side again. Rainsford not getting his line right here to the left-hander. And of course, the finer it goes, the faster it runs, the new ball.
This has been a pretty long over from Rainford. Just a single this time. It's 17 for 1. Just 5 extras in this total so far. 5 overs though, that's quite a few extras in just 5 overs. That's something that you don't want to be doing in one-day games, especially when you've only scored 151 runs. Give away 3 runs. Both opening bowlers are getting just a bit of movement though, just enough there to encourage them. Didn't get anything with the bat, Ryan Higgins. Already taken a catch though.
The leg spinner, isn't he? He's a tallish man, and maybe he will get a little bit of extra bounce because the man with the gift of the wrist, they call it, they always get a little bit more bounce than the orthodox finger spinner. And we saw even Gale today getting on, and it's unusual for him to get any turn. So I just sensed that the initial over or two where the ball did do something, and the initial enthusiasm has just dropped maybe a cog or two at intensity. And I've got, when you're trying to defend a small total, you've got to be working quite ahead and be proactive as a captain. And I think this is where Duffin has just got to have his real hand at the control today. He's got to be just a step or two ahead of things and try and do it before it occurs. At the moment, Gale has looked quite circumspect. Now there's another man. There's the off spinner. And while Gale is there, Chanderpaul, Lara taking the ball away from the bat. You've always got a chance if it's starting to do a little bit. It's one of their main bowlers.
Looking for the second run here, Chris Gale. Definitely not on though. Rainsford got across to that pretty quickly. End of another over. It's 18 for 1.
Noticed when I was reading through the little sort of pen portrait of the Zimbabweans, every one of them bowled. Everyone. Right arm media. Just stayed down a little, that one.
Well, it's so important in the modern game, Jeremy, that everyone is capable of doing a bit more than what they specialize in. The days of total specialization, meaning you only bowl if you are asked to come in to bat at number 11, you can't even hold your bat straight. Those days should be over. And if you specialize as a batsman, you should be able to at least bowl an over or two of medium pace, even if you haven't got the skill of a spin bowler, but just medium pace. And of course, everyone should learn to field. No run there. Keith Bengwa, the man there at mid-on. Well fielded. Got a half century with the bat, and now he's getting more runs in the field. Shibaba.
Justice Shibaba. Great name. He can field, and he showed earlier that he can bat too. Very early on in his career.
Get some great names out of Zimbabwe and South Africa, of course, but my favorite, not necessarily because he's a fast bowler, Jeremy, don't think I'm being biased. My favorite name is Makaya Ntini. That's a brilliant name. It just sounds strong.
Blessing Mawiri's not bad either. Prosper is always a good name for a cricketer. Prosper Utsaya.
I was going to say something here about his name, Jeremy, but you may say that the drinks are on me, so I won't. Seems a lot happier bowling to the right-hander. Rainsford, he has no problems getting the ball on the right-hander's off stump. Just struggles a bit to the left-handed Chris Gale. Elton Shikongubura. I don't think so.
Over.
7 overs bowled, it's 19 for 1.